What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode of two brothers just geeking out and giving you our thoughts on the pop culture world and updates on news and stuff in the movie world and the pop culture world. As always, my peoples, if you want to skip straight to the Geek Out news, please check the description. I'm always going to put in when the Geek Out news starts, so you don't have to hear us talking about our lives, real world issues and our thoughts around that and stuff. If you do want to hear it, feel free to stay on and listen. If you don't, go into the description, check out when the Geek Out news starts, click on that, it will take you straight there. And then you can hear all the Geek Out news and our thoughts on everything that's going on. But yeah, on that note, Kibs, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, good, man. You know what? I'm just waiting for the Christmas break, man. Work's been busy and I think it's taking over. I want to be able to, next year I need to work smarter, like really smart. I think past couple of nights I've been knocking out really early. I think I've knocked out about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm like, my body is just completely shut down and my mind is as well. I think we've had an extremely busy year, and the past couple of nights I think I suppose it's time to shut down a little bit, but I don't know how to. Like, this year was so busy. Yeah, and I just shut down. And I think I was a bit so I did the MCM Comic Con panel, which went amazing, bro. It was unbelievable. Our first panel.
Is there recording that I can see? I would love to see it.
I've got some of the clips that people took and sent to us, but there is a recording. Hopefully we get that soon. Yeah, just wait for MCM to send that out. I know they put that behind a paywall, but they said they'll sort us out. I just want clips from it anyway, but yeah, insane, man. It was really good, bro. And we had fans of the podcast there, which is sick, bro.
Tell me, man, like, how was the process? How was you feeling? What was the mentality behind it? What was, was the questions that they were going to ask you, were they told you before, or was it all just freestyle?
No, so it was all freestyled. Michael Adji, shout outs to Michael Adji, who was the host. And shout outs to Jessica and Rob as well. They were absolutely amazing, but they made me feel comfortable. They knew I was nervous because the first thing that happened Saturday, our trains got cancelled.
Ooh, basic.
So we had to jump on the long train, which we were supposed to get there for 11. We got there for 1.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so that puts pressure on you already. I did a bit of research. I know a little bit about characters that suffer mental health.
So you just looked into that, like, so you
I looked into that, but
topics, yeah.
But when the questions were asked, I mean, you go to the main guys, and I mean, Jessica Cruz suffers really bad anxiety, who's a Green Lantern. She witnessed her friends get murdered, so she got this really bad claustrophobia like Storm did in the X-Men. But the main one was Batman, bro. Like, when I spoke about movies, I think Batman Begins doesn't get the love it should, and what Christopher Nolan did on there, because they didn't just show us about Batman's journey. They showed us Bruce Wayne's pain and what he went through. And I really spoke about that. I think because the movie touched me in that sense, because it was more about Bruce Wayne and what he was going through. His undying promise that he, no matter what, he doesn't want anything like that to happen to nobody else, but he doesn't break his own promise and doesn't realize his mind's broken.
That's amazing. It's amazing when you're put in a position where you have to think about these things, and then you think of be it a movie or whatever, a character, and then you try to dig in and do a deep dive into that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because and a lot of people wouldn't see it that way, and that's just an amazing thing that when you're put in that position, you can kind of decipher. That's cool, man. That's really amazing. How was Comic-Con in general? Did you get a chance to chill around? Because you had a panel, was you able to get like fucking exclusive tickets to go see people and stuff? Like,
no. I mean, you know what? The panel before me was Scott Adkins, and I was like, I hope I bump into Scott Adkins, but didn't get the chance to, man. But Birmingham was busy. It's bigger now, bigger than it was before. But great, yeah. I was nervous. But you bite down on it. Like, again, I'm nervous again. We've got a busy day tomorrow. There you go. You got Nia screaming proof of her saying Baba on the podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
Can't wait to squeeze them in 2 weeks, man.
She's keeping busy. She's keeping us busy.
Do they get nervous, the guys that you were doing with it, or they just natural at it?
No, they've done it before, bro, in the past. They're good at public speaking. Like me, my dyslexia and can't pronounce words and the rest of it. It's hard to articulate yourself. I still find it hard to articulate. I can speak to you. We will understand each other. But you know, you try and talk to somebody else and you're like, oh man, I'm not putting my point across like I would like to. Like I have to write it down, bro. Like if I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna write it down. Like,
and how long was the panel? How long was the conversation?
45 minutes, bro.
Well, that's good because at least you had a bit of a long form conversation, because it's hard to express yourself and put a point across in 20 seconds or a minute. That's just hard. But if you got an opportunity to have a long form conversation to express yourself, then I guess you can get that point across. So that's great that it was that long.
Exactly. Look at it turning to hope. No, but yeah, great. Nice to have like a long form. Yeah, it was good. It was a good conversation. Shout outs to Rob, shout outs to Jessica. They're really good. They're really knowledgeable. They bring up, you know, different aspects of that as well. Diversity as well, which was absolutely good as well. And Michael Adju, man, that guy, I've got to say, main stage Adju. And shout outs to the guys at Punching Bag. I need to plug Punching Bag because Rob, the director, Michael is the actor. I think they're like 20% on their greenlit to get this movie financed. Guys, it was inspired by this podcast. A movie that was inspired by this podcast. They got to show the trailer, they got to put the QR code and get other people to support. And it's like, it's important to me as well. The fact that I could have a conversation with somebody and it could inspire them to do something like that. I'm proud of that. So definitely, guys, check the link below. Greenlit.com, Punching Bag with Alara Nia in the background adding sound effects. It's gonna be a noisy one, guys. Sorry.
Nah, she's
cool. But yeah, other than that, bro, yeah, it's a busy one. We've got guys, check out the channel as well. We've got trailer reactions, new trailer reactions, and you've got an episode with Luke Bug the Geeker still, who you know is the original guy to start this all off and inspire us to do our own thing. So shout outs to him. Check out that episode. Sorry, Baba.
Cool. Yeah, check out the channel, guys. Constant content, like Kibs said, trailer reactions, video game stuff. You know, I won't overpopulate with the video game stuff because we do have the Brothers Geekout video game channel, so check that one out. But there will be some sort of footage that we'll put on there, and then trailer reactions and all that sort of stuff. So check out the channel, constant stuff going on there. As always, we're trying to just keep up with the content and just give you our thoughts and express ourselves on it and whatnot. UFC, fight talk, all that sort of stuff's all there as well. Cool, man. Well, look, from my side, big news, I'm coming home, which is awesome. We booked last minute tickets last week, which I'm super excited about. You know, basically what happened was, like, we tried to look for tickets to come home during this time period, the holiday season, and tickets were over £1,000. So we were like, look, it's a bit too much, let's leave it. And then what happened was, I was on Instagram and I just saw this dude saying November 28th, Tuesday, November 28th is the official sales day of flights. And I was like, this might be some bullshit. But anyway, let's check it out. So we checked it out. And you know what? The prices went down to like 600 quid, 550 quid. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's go home. So we booked it. Super excited. Coming home on the 20th of December to the 7th of Jan. I can't wait just to squeeze the little ones. I'll just be at home. I will be working, but it should be quiet. I'll probably take some days off in January and whatnot. It's going to be freezing, but you know what? I'm trying to make peace with the cold. I'm in hot Dubai anyway, but I do a cold plunge every morning. Yeah. So that's exciting. And you know what? This week's been good. It's been a busy week, but you know what? Like, it's been good so far because you know when it's been a busy week and then you're full of anxiety the day before work because you know you've got so much stuff that you got to do for work-wise and life-wise and everything. But then as day goes past, it's Wednesday now. Wednesday's finished. I've been able to tick things off my list, you know, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm halfway through the week. I've accomplished these goals already. I got to do something tomorrow. I got to put the car in service. And I'm just like, I hope that just goes well with no issues and whatnot. But it's nice when things are just getting ticked off the list and it's going smoothly. It's great. So that's been amazing. You know, I've been waking up this week. I'm kind of trying to change I don't know. Listen, we all have mental health issues and whatnot. And I'm always trying to find ways to channel my mental health. I never want to use my mental health as an excuse not to do things.
No, exactly.
I hear some things where people are like, oh, I think it's best for my mental health not to quit my job or to not go to the gym. I'm like, no.
No, I know.
I'm not going to use that as an excuse. So I'm trying to find ways to manage my mental health, you know, and obviously exercise is my biggest thing. But, you know, I've been doing this all week. I've been trying to go to sleep with positive thoughts, right? Rather than thinking about work and I got all this stuff and life issues and whatnot. It's like, you know what? Things are good. Like, just be blessed for what I have and try to go to sleep on that mind frame. Not easy. But the other thing I've been doing, like the first thing in the morning, as soon as the alarm goes off, I press the alarm, I turn it off, I get out of bed and I say, Alhamdulillah, and I say, let's go get this day. Right? Those are two things I quickly say. Alhamdulillah, guys, means praise to God. Thanks to God for everything. So it's nothing else. But I, you know, thanks to God that I woke up. Thanks to God that life's good for me, because for other people it's not. So just alhamdulillah for what you're giving me and whatnot. And then I'm like, let's go get the day. And immediately I get up, wash my face, do prayers, and I get in that cold plunge, man. And, you know, look, Dubai is hot, but it is chilly in the morning. And I've been filling up with ice water and I've been filling up with ice cubes and whatnot to keep it cool. And I just get in there and I've been doing 5 minutes of meditation, practicing my breathing in that cold plunge, just get in there. And then I do a little workout, get up, get out. And I'm good. My anxiety is gone. You know, I've accomplished the cold plunge because that hurts. I don't want to do it, but it's like the first thing in the morning, it's like, let's go get this. So I do it. I accomplish that. I feel great. I do the workout. I make my healthy little coffee, which I put all this mushroom extract and turmeric and all this sort of stuff. And then I get out to the day at work. So it's been great. And then I'm that, you know, I've been doing that routine, but I've been saying those two things the first thing I wake up. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to do the same because I got a busy day again tomorrow. But it's been feeling good. It's been good, man. I'm just hoping to accomplish the week and then chill on the weekend. I want to try and go watch John Woo's movie Silent Night.
Which ain't coming out in the UK, man.
Which sucks. I don't know why that's doing that. I mean, it's not out. It's not out in the cinema that I like to go. So I'm gonna have to go to another cinema. I'm just hoping. Actually, I'm only going, honestly, just because of John Woo. Like, honestly, I could wait for this movie, but I'm a fan of John Woo and I want to support him, so I'm gonna go watch it. But hopefully I could go watch it and then I'll give you guys my review.
Yeah. You do your thing, man. Definitely. I'm hoping it comes out in the new year and I can go catch it as well. I really want to see it. Really want to see it.
I'm obviously a sado, so I follow this Punisher page on Facebook, and they even posted it, and he goes, John Woo's version of the Punisher. I'm like, yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is some Punisher shit. And John Woo, you know what? I don't give a shit. John Woo would do a great job at making a Punisher movie, because remember, he's not just a creative action director. His key thing is getting emotions involved. His key thing in every movie is making sure that the main actor, the main character, or just in general, there's emotions, there's feelings, there's, you know, traumatic stuff that they go through and how they manage those feelings. Like, don't forget The Killer and Chow Yun-fat. And, you know, what he did with that movie, he got an actor to play an action role. And he was able to use this actor to express the emotions of the regrets of his line of work, which means he's a killer, contract killer to kill bad guys. And in that line of work, unfortunately, innocents get in the crossfires. And he's just not a stone cold killer. He goes through a stream of emotions when that happens. You know what I mean? He has to mentally get over that and try to overcome that while he tries to handle his business. So anyway, fucking amazing director. You know, I think he's amazing, and I'm looking forward to watching this movie. But yeah, outside of that, just working out and stuff as usual, just getting in there, and I can't wait to come home in 2 weeks, man. So yeah, that's been my updates, bro. Should we?
No, it's good. It's good, bro.
Should we get into it?
Yeah, let's jump into it, bro. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys, look, real world issues. First segment. If again, please skip if you don't want to hear this, but free Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. I mean, listen, I know there's more stuff going on in the world. I mentioned it before, stuff that's going on in Congo, stuff that's going on in Sudan. All these humanitarian things are going on. It's a shame that they don't get the when I say limelight, I mean the stories are not covered in these corporate media corporations, which claim to be real journalism, but it's definitely not. It's a narrative. It's a narrative news. But anyway, Free Palestine. Listen, again, they had a bit of a ceasefire, and it's just heartbreaking that stopped, and the bombardment of innocent people just being killed in Gaza. Just, it's horrible. I don't care. Terrorists are blowing up the people of Gaza, and it's horrible. I was thinking about this the other day, like, of course, this is always on my mind, but like, we all saw what happened on October 7th when a terrorist attack happens from someone who looks like us, for example. The whole world goes crazy and supports, and all this sort of stuff, and and wants to hate and demonize those terrorists, which they should do, because you're doing terrorist acts. But when it happens to the people that look like us, the innocent people that look like us, the world just stays quiet. The corporate media stays quiet. It's just a disgusting thing. Listen, I'm being straight up honest here. If Muslims did to people of other religions or colors or races what's happening to Muslims in the world will freaking turn over and we'll get blown up and they'll kill us. They'll call us terrorists for life. I'm talking about the Uyghur Muslims in China who are in concentration camps. I'm talking about in India, that terrorist group there that's killing all the Muslims and ethnic cleansing them. I'm talking about what happened in Myanmar, the Roppongi people, those terrorist Buddhists who killed all the Muslims. I'm talking about with Israel killing all the Muslims and not just Muslims, but people of Palestine. Like, if any Muslim country did that, or even African country or country of color, I'm just saying it straight. I'm not trying to make this a race. I'm just saying it. If they did that to another race who is Caucasian, the world will just blow the shit out of them. And that's just facts. The world wouldn't stand straight. But when it's happening to Muslims, in this case, for example, or what's happening to, nobody gives a shit, and the corporate media will never really do real journalism about it. I've said it straight. We are the most hated people on the planet. And I'm not saying the general people hates us, like, not saying that. I'm talking about world leaders. I'm talking about people who control the world. They sense a fear, but they've targeted us to make us look like the bad guys. They make us look like the terrorists. But if you look back in history, yes, there was there was wars back in the day. But if you just look back at the recent history, we ain't for shit. Yes, there's some terrorist attacks that happens. Cool, condemn those. Disgusting. But constant terrorist attacks are happening to Muslims and other things, but that's never been, no one gives a shit about.
That's the thing, is it's still not normalized to say, a Caucasian person is a terrorist.
Yeah, that guy
it's not normalized.
Yeah, there's so many school shootings that happen in the US. They're terrorist attacks. That thing that happened in New Zealand to when that guy went into the mosque and went on Facebook Live and shot up all the Muslims, that was a terrorist. There's so many terrorists. What's happening to Palestine? That's happening by a bunch of terrorists. When you're killing innocent people, relentless, it's terrorism. But I was reading Eli Papa's book, and he was saying something about that terrorism. That word came to the Arab nation to demonize them, to only kind of reflect on them. It's all propaganda shit to just say, oh, those people are terrorists. I posted something the other day that brother who was hugging his granddaughter and saying she's my soul of my soul, right? There was a beautiful post that was put on of his face, and he goes, you know what? Billions of dollars from corporate media, from movies, from industries have demonized this face to make it look like a terrorist. But in one post where unfortunately this brother lost his granddaughter, he changed that narrative. When I say change that narrative, of course, to a lot of people, but still people think, those people are
no, exactly. There's people will have that perception, and yeah, it's a difficult one, bro, because we have to live it on a daily basis, and I think that's the thing that people don't understand. And that can play a part of people's mental health as well, is that as soon as something like that happens, I'm the one they look at first. I'm the one that they see. When I walk into the office, when I walk in the street, when I walk on a train, when I walk on a bus, that's the first thing somebody's gonna say. And that's subliminal, bro, because of how Western media is, you know? And I can be in a crowd and nobody would think that, you know, but I still have that doubt in the back of my head.
Yeah, I mean, that's how bad it is.
Or something.
Yeah,
That's
how
what I'm
bad it
saying.
is.
Somebody
Even
here.
we think about it ourselves. Like, oh shit, am I being looked at? So, oh wait, if I defend the people of Palestine, am I going to look like as a terrorist? Like, all this is putting in my head as well, and I'm like, fuck, like they've done it to me too.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's come to a point where it's like that, bro, because that's what we suffer on a daily basis, and that's hard enough. And we got to go through all of ourness. It's society, isn't it?
Society is fucked. I posted another post that someone wrote, which was interesting. He goes, society right now is so fucked up that if you say, I don't want innocent people to die, I support innocent people not to die, babies and women and whatnot, someone has an excuse to say it's okay for them to die. Like that's how fucked up society is right now. I butchered exactly what they said, but that's what I'm trying to say. Someone has an excuse, be it corporate media, someone in high government position, be it in the UK, in Israel, in the US, to say, oh no, it's okay that that innocent baby died because of, like, how crazy, how fucked up is society to make an excuse for innocent people to die? It's disgusting. Listen, man, even with the corporate media, they can't hide it no more. Like, it's hard for them as well.
They're starting to pick up on it. They're starting to pick up on it.
I mean, first of all, it's too fucking late, but at least they're doing it. But second of all, I just think they don't have no choice, because the social media and the internet, thank God for them, is showing the real stuff out there. The New York Times posted something about, bro, Israel knew about the attack. The New York Times posted this. I'm not making this up. Israel knew about exactly what they were going to do. Exactly the operation like a year ago. Nothing happened. They didn't. They ignored it. And again, it's a lot of stuff going on with the current president there, who is losing his respect there. He's a right-wing dude, and I think he's trying to use this to buy more time to be in a political leader and shit. He's a fucking terrorist. I'm saying it straight. Not just that, I saw a CNN thing where he questioned someone else, a high official in Israel, and saying, who was talking about innocent people dying again. And they keep blaming Hamas, and they keep saying, oh, Israel does everything they can to not kill innocent people. And even the CNN guy was like, it's hard to believe, because one of our colleagues just lost 9 people who are babies and women. They got nothing to do with Hamas and all this. So even they're saying that, you know what I mean? And I'm like, with the mainstream, even the Wall Street Journal, who I work for, they even had an article saying something about, does the Western world have double standards when it came to Ukraine and Gaza? It's like, fuck yeah, they do. I'm glad you're writing something like that. But they're doing a little bit of things. They're not really emphasizing on every bit of the story. Like, they're not emphasizing on the terrorist attack that's happening daily on Palestinians right now. Like, because this is not about Hamas anymore. This is gone beyond revenge. This is, I want to kill you all and steal your land. Straight up. Like, that is, I mean, with actions, with their actions, I just don't see what else is there. You know what I mean? If you wanted revenge, you got enough revenge. But to constantly just keep killing women and children and babies.
Bro, I think they're starting to see the narrative now of, this is a takeover.
That's it.
And they've been finding a way to do it. And and this is just me saying my thoughts. They knew about the attack. They wanted to do it because it gives them the right excuse to just jump in.
Go do it. Exactly.
But if you knew it, why wouldn't you prevent it? But they'd let it happen anyway, bro.
And all the fake news, like, listen, this is all coming out now. This is all coming out, as in, like, I'm not making this shit up. It's not a conspiracy. It's coming out now that a lot of things that they reported on October 7th was fake. All the 40 babies that died and decapitated, that was fake. The women being raped and set on fire, fake news. A lot of the people that died at the concert, I'm not saying that Hamas didn't kill people, but Hamas did try to attack military bases. Of course, they killed some innocents, which is horrible. But a lot of people that were killed on the concert that was happening was killed by Israelis, because they were fucking panicking. The IDF were panicking and just started blowing up anyone and everyone. This is not me making shit up. This has come out on not just the news that I listen to, it came out on Western corporate media, guys. So check it out. It's not just me making up shit. Check out your Western corporate media too, because they're even saying it too. It's even on Israeli newspapers and publications who are now getting their own publications. This is how bad it is. Like their own publications are posting this sort of stuff and saying it, because I don't even know why they do that, but they're getting censored as well. They're brave to do it in their own freaking country, but they're getting censored as well. So, you know, it just breaks my heart that all this shit is coming out. And the corporate media, the people who are saying shit. I'm listening to Joe Rogan's podcast, who I love Joe Rogan, but I don't agree with him on this one. He's getting all these people who are Zionists that saying all this shit. And I'm like, well, okay, well, all the news has come out now. Why don't you get these people back in and be like, well, what do you want to say now? Like, this is all fake. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, like the corporate media is not coming back.
But remember, bro, there's an agenda to this. There's always an agenda. That's why Pierce is on it. That's why everybody's on it. Because, and the sad thing about it is views and money, bro.
Yeah, of course. Some people, well,
views, listens, downloads, money, bro. And that's the greed part of it. And that's the reality of, you know, people on the other side. If they really cared, and that's the hard part, you know, you could donate money, you could go over there and you could do what you can spread the message out there. But people, there's always an angle to something, bro. The reality we live in, there's always an angle to something. There's a motive to something. There's nobody does anything out of the kindness of their hearts, bro. And not people at that status. And maybe some of them are good, you know. Maybe some of them are bad, you know. But look what happened to the comedian, the Egyptian comedian. Think about it. He got more famous now and he's getting more gigs now than he did before. And maybe he didn't want it in that way where he was going to get that type of fame in the process to be known more in the Western world as well and give him more opportunity. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that, but there's always a motive. There's another thing. He maybe have not known that that was going to blow up the way it did.
No, I don't think he did.
Till then, I didn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you've got these other creators, like, we have a responsibility, and that's what I said that day. You know, we have a responsibility to have, we have a platform to get the right message out there, and not harmful or anything like that, and this, you know, deceitful or anything like that. It is making sure that, you know, it's not about being and picking sides. It's about educate yourself. Yeah, and educate yourself, human, learn something and go from there. But then there's cash grabbers, bro.
There always will be.
If we were cash grabbers, it's going to be different, you know. I would have said, bro, let's put some marketing behind this. Let's put, you know, we don't need to, because we just do it because we love it. But we want to get the right message out there as well. And we don't want to offend anybody in the process as well. Because I've probably done that in the past, but it's not, you know, these are my views, my points, our views. You'll have different things to it, but what we know what's happening right now is not right.
Yeah, but listen, you say there's cash grabbers, and that's true. Like people like Piers Morgan and all that sort of those Western corporate medias are benefiting from the cash grabbers, right? They are like, fuck it, man, let's get pro-Palestine people on because that's getting tons of views, and they're gonna get loads of views and loads of money. But a lot of people who are speaking out for Palestine, and again, I'm gonna go with what what's his name said, Norman Finkelstein said, I'm not pro-Israel, I'm not pro-Palestine, I'm pro-human rights, right? And I'm going to stick with that. And at this moment, we all know the Palestinians were fighting for their human rights, for their freedom from an occupation and whatnot. But what I'm saying is people who are speaking up for Palestine from day one, they're being censored, they're being demonetized. So, you know, like Bella Hadid and all these sort of people. So actually, from the corporate media, they're cash grabbers. The people who have influence and are supporting pro-Palestine, as in pro-freedom, they're at risk of being cancelled. So actually, those people are brave. No, I wouldn't say they're brave. Like brave is a word because what they're going through in Gaza is brave. But what I'm saying is like to be like fuck it, man. I've got an influence. I'm getting money off Instagram. There's a chance I could get blocked. But I'm putting my message out there. That's brave. So I'm you know, with me as well. Like, you know, I get nervous because of what I post, because my job. You know what I mean? They might tell me like, gee, you're not allowed to say this, you're free Palestine, or you're not allowed to say I support or I'm trying to defend innocent human beings from dying. So you're gonna get fired. You know what I mean? That's how messed up the world is right now. There's a possibility that people will get losing their jobs because they're sticking up for human rights and whatnot, which is disgusting. If I was, or anyone says death to Israel, death to all the Jews, then yes, that's a horrible thing to say, and you should not be saying that. And you know what, you deserve to think, and not just death to anyone. If you're promoting death and whatnot, but like I said, on it only from the. I mean, I'm sure there's a people from the. Again, it's crazy to put sides, but I'm sure there's people from the pro-Palestine side who are saying that, which is disgusting. Apparently, it's in Hamas's. Forget Hamas, forget those political leaders and whatnot, but just general people are saying that's disgusting. But there's people saying it from the other side, and the crazy thing is, people keep on saying it's in Hamas's charter. Yeah, fuck knows why it's in there, and why did I, whatever. But high-end officials in Israel are talking about genocide and talking about they're not humans, and they're talking about the president and whatever's calling them the people of Palestine. What did he call them? There was a biblical term that he used. I forgot, man. Anak or something like that. I can't remember, where it says they have the right to kill them. When men, women, and children and babies and whatnot. So they're doing it from high-end people as well. And then, like I said, some of the people who are loved, and I guess I appreciate some of their content, like James Wood saying, kill them all, bury them all, no ceasefire. I'm like, man, what the hell? Like I said, I think it's disgusting. We're in a world today where it's like it's okay to kill innocent babies and women, because if they were killing just Hamas, who would give a shit? You think we'll be talking about it? Do you think the world will be protesting? They would be like, well, fuck them. Like, we don't care about them. But you're killing innocent babies and children and women and humans and people and men, and just killing innocent people. You're doing a genocide on innocent people. That's why the world has turned over. If it was just Hamas, you think we'll give a shit? You know what I mean? Nobody will give a shit. Like, this will be done. Nobody will be talking about it. But the fact that they're killing innocent people, it affects people, man. It's a human being. It affects us. And like I said, they look like us a little bit. They have the same religion. I mean, again, there's Christians and whatnot there as well. But they
look like us, bro.
They look like us. It's fucked up. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I have to, I mean, I don't want to just see it that way, because my heart went out for, the people who did die on October 7th. I was like, fuck, that's horrible. My heart goes out for the people in Ukraine, and even in Russia, the innocent people, the war that's going on there, the innocent people there that's going through shit. Like, I'm like, that's horrible. Like, what the fuck, man? What's going on? But yeah, in this case, like, there's been people who have been occupied for the last 75 years and nobody wants to talk about it. There's no Hamas in the West Bank, and there's constant murdering going on, and illegal settling going on. And, people are out there that, the settlers are going out there with guns and one, just killing innocent Palestinian people. There's a horrible thing. I saw a 9-year-old boy got shot in the head, man. A 9-year-old boy. And then immediately the Israeli officials are like, oh, we don't know what happened. It could have been a Palestinian that done it. I'm like, oh my God, the lies, the propaganda and the lies, man. Like, they take no accountability to say that was a mistake. Whoever did that's going to get in trouble, or whatever it is, or is going to be put in prison. No, man, they just kind of cover it up, and they lied so many times, like, and for the propaganda out there, and the people just constantly believe it, and the mainstream media don't post. Bro, I mean, like I said, the world turned around on October 7th, but if right now an Israeli 9-year-old boy got killed, man, we'll be like, what the fuck, man? Like, how could you do that? Like, that's disgusting. Why would you just target a 9-year-old boy, right? And then the Western media will pull it all over. The corporate media will pull it all over. Hamas just killed a 9-year-old boy, which they should do, because it's disgusting. But when Israel kills a 9-year-old Palestinian boy, it's fucking silent. You don't hear shit about it. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't hear shit.
You know what?
It's not all out there.
Yeah. There's a famous line from a movie called A Time to Kill. Matthew McConaughey goes through the whole process of what the little girl went through and had everybody close their eyes. And that's what people need to do. Close your eyes. telling the story, how heartbreaking it was, and now imagine they were white. And there you go, bro.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Listen,
There you go.
we'll end that segment there. We're going to be talking about it for a while. I'm not going to stop talking about Palestine and the freedom of those people.
No will I.
And the freedom of any human beings. Like I say, we still got to mention Congo and Sudan. And I know there's more things going on in the world, but there's a genocide going on there as well, which is it's just heartbreaking. But they're getting no coverage or not. We need to support them. Donate, guys, wherever you can. £5, £10, £20, whatever it is, man. Donate where you can. They need the money more we do. But cool, we'll leave it on that segment.
Check out our Instagram pages. They've got the links on there, guys. So go donate.
Cool. All right, next segment, things we watched. Couple of trailers this week. So I watched the trailer for Ted, which is a Peacock show coming out. Looks jokes. I don't expect anything less from that. Just dirty jokes and Seth MacFarlane doing what he's done. So that's going to be funny. It's the early days when they're going to school, which should be interesting. So trailer reactions out. Do check that out. It's actually funny. There was a trailer for Fallout, which was a video game.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. That looked good. I watched that. I enjoyed that. I didn't have the time to do any reactions, guys, but check out the channel. Gilman's covered most of them. But bro, Fallout looks sick. I really enjoyed that trailer.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with the game. I haven't played it, but it looks pretty good. There was a trailer for The Boys season 4. I can't wait for that. Yeah. I've said it on the trailer. I am more excited for this universe than the MCU and DCU and any other universe right now. I love these characters. I want to see more of these characters. They've taken my interest from. I'm still watching the MCU and DCU and all that stuff, but that's the one universe I'm more excited for, and we'll get into more news on that later. Furiosa, a Mad Max story trailer came out.
That looks sick, bro.
That looks awesome.
As I said, what Mad Max Fury Road is one of my favorite films in the past 20 years. Yeah. Just because of the way it makes me feel when I watch it like that. I saw it like 5 times in the cinema. Like, it is absolutely full on. And George Miller coming back doing this is awesome. Guys, apologies for Nia's making noise. It could be quite a loud podcast, but yeah, bro.
I can't hear her. Absolutely. She's cool. We can't hear her too much.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, trailer looked awesome. I loved the intent. I loved the intensity of the Fury Road. I want the same intensity. I mean, it's a not simple story, but when I say simple story, I'm saying simple in the sense of like it was a chase movie, but it was so intense.
Yeah.
And the creativeness behind the characters, just the characters, man. Like, you know what I mean? The different groups and the way they acted and whatnot was just impressive. The visuals of those characters and gangs and whatnot. So I want this to have the same sort of intensity. I guess that's what I'm looking for.
It will, bro.
You know what I mean? You don't want to have a boring Mad Max movie, man. You want some intensity with the music and the drums playing and all that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. And then the other trailer was Godzilla vs. Kong, or Godzilla X Kong. But that looks sick. Bro, listen. I enjoy these movies. They're just fun. Nothing to really think. And I really want them to express the heroes of Godzilla and Kong, right? And I just want to see, just them teaming up, tag team, and beating the shit out of whatever the enemy is. So that's my take on that. I really want to just see that. I don't give a shit about any humans or whatnot. Give me 20 minutes of humans and then just give it to the King Kong and Godzilla and let them fuck shit up. I want to see some tag team shit, man. I was laughing not laughing, but I was making a comment at the end, like Godzilla was running as fast as they had a moment where Godzilla and Kong was running together, like an Avengers Infinity War trailer moment.
Right, looks sick. He had a gauntlet on as well. Don't watch that, bro.
But the thing is, I was like, wow, Godzilla's running fast, man, because King Kong's agile and he can run fast. Godzilla was keeping up. He was in lead. I was like, wow, my guy got some cardio and agility in him, bro. Based on his training.
He's
maybe
based low on gravity because of his big bellies and his tail, bro.
Yeah, bro.
And just on it, bro.
I'm excited about that movie because I just want to have fun. I enjoyed the other one. I just hope they just give us more action. That's all I want to see, really. I don't really care about story. The other thing I watched, I finished off Twisted Metal. This obviously teed it up for season 2. It was enjoyable. 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
Anthony Mackie's awesome in it. I'm not familiar with the game, but the characters were cool. The story was easy to follow. It had jokes. It was very violent, as these shows are these days, and it was just entertaining. Like 30-minute easy watches to get you to where it is, and just to kind of understand Anthony Mackie's character and what he's trying to achieve here throughout the show and the obstacles within it. Again, it's just some kind of Mad Max. It is really kind of like another Mad Max nuclear war sort of thing that's happened. So another great show, a show that I recommend, put it that way. That's everything I watched. What have you watched? Anything else outside of that?
No, I'm watching Planet Earth 3. David or Richard Attenborough?
David, I think
David
it's David.
Attenborough.
Yeah.
David Attenborough, which is really good. Bro, I haven't had no time to watch no TV, no nothing. Last Samurai. I did Last Samurai yesterday. We'll talk about that.
We will talk about another day on one of our retro. It's not even a retro movie, but I think we should just do it as a retro movie review. We've done that. We've done so many times. But
so what we're gonna do? I thought we would do it today, bro.
Is that what you want to do? I watched a retro movie, so I was going to talk about that one, an actual retro.
Let's. You know what? So okay, all right, cool. Yeah, we'll do it.
We could do that.
It's 20 years. It's a retro movie, bro.
I guess so. We could do that. All right, cool. Well, in regards to reading, I'm still reading that Spider-Man comic. It's again, it's so good. I really love the concept of what they're doing. I'm still in the 80s right now, and Peter's just going through some shit, basically, man. He's lost Aunt May. Doc Ock has come back. There was a clone in the other one. There was a clone that who made the clone? It was I can't remember, some scientist or one who tried to clone Peter Parker. The real Peter Parker found out that he was. So basically, the two characters split up. One stayed as Peter Parker and Spider-Man. The other one went off there, lived their life and whatnot as someone else. That other one realized that he was the real one because Doc Ock was checked their DNA.
Oh, yes. I know the story. Yes.
Proper deep. Yeah. So listen, the story's great. He's getting old. He almost got killed by Kraven the Hunter. And he got buried alive and whatnot. And then the Venom suit came and found him, got him out. I'm really enjoying it. I just love the fact that he's aging, and they're all aging. Doc Ock is old, Kraven the Hunter is old, he's dying of cancer. Like, it's really following the timeline of them, and just see how, it's a story that just kind of goes on up to 2000, and
that's
I'm
really
sure
good.
Parker's
that's really good. I'm gonna have a read of it, definitely. I haven't had the chance to read. Yeah, it's been a full-on week, and as I said, body shut down, bro. I end up going to sleep. But if I try, I'm gonna continue Devil's what was it called, man? Devil's Reign, where Kingpin is mayor of New York City, causing some issues for the guys. You got Wolverine and Spidey involved, and Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, and it's quite interesting. Tony just got involved as well, and yeah, it's interesting. We'll get onto that. That was a good read, but it's just everything's been so full on. I haven't had the chance. I mean, I can't even remember what film I saw. I didn't have no screenings in the past past 2 weeks. I swear, I feel like I saw something though. But anyway, we got loads happening. We've got loads coming.
Even with that reading, I've actually pulled it into my schedule. Like, I used to try and read at the end of the day and be like, yeah, cool, I'm just going to read for the last 30 minutes of my day. It doesn't work out. I'm always end up busy. Like today, for example, on the podcast, or straight after this, I'm going to hit the bed, or like I end up being on my phone or whatever. So I actually scheduled my reading during the week, like the day, basically. Like, for example, I like to read like the Quran and just spiritual books. So after one of the prayers during the day, I pick it up and I say, I'm going to read it now rather than wait. My comics, I kind of just leave it on the side. And when I'm just chilling, let me just read a page or two. So I just kind of do that. So I actually schedule it in the week. But yeah, no, I think just physically reading is good. And I listen to my audiobooks while I work out, because that's the best way I'm going to consume book content. Okay, well, let's move on to the next segment, MCU. I've got some news from MCU. Kevin Feige, there's rumors that he might be done with the MCU behind the scene because of some behind the scene issues. I mean, listen, they've been flopping and losing a lot of money, not just MCU, but Disney in general, but MCU specifically has just been going really bad. The Marvel's just done very bad. Bob Iger thinks that it done bad because there wasn't enough executives there. I don't know what it is, but obviously, you know, when you're on top and everyone loves you. But when things are going down, then they're going to start pointing the fingers. That's just my opinion. I don't know what's going on in the background and whatnot. But I guess Kevin Feige might be having a hard time, you know, because I guess it's on him. He's the main dude. He's always been the face for the last 10 years. So there's rumors that he might be out. And I think he said that he would love to do Star Wars or whatnot. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if the MCU can revitalize itself in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, bro. Listen, I think they've had far too much stuff come out, oversaturated, and Disney Plus didn't help either, bro. And I said that before to somebody else, that the fact that Disney Plus is there and people know the movie's gonna be there in 2-3 months, forget the cinema, bro. When I'm already paying, how much was it?
£7-8.
First year was 50, second year was 70, then it went up to 80. Yeah, this year was 80, and next year it's looking to go up to like 120, bro. So suck your mother.
Did you cancel it?
Yes.
Cool. I don't even, first of all, I haven't used your account anyway since we moved here because we're not allowed to. But anyway, what do you call it? Yeah, I've been reading reports or something like in this quarter, Disney Plus has lost like $350 million or something like that. It's not going well at all. Yeah. So I don't know.
It's part of there's some boycotting going on as well, and 100%. You know what I mean?
As well.
But you know, like I always separate things, but I'm not paying 120. That's why is everybody trying to charge for these extortionate prices, knowing people are struggling? Anyway, that's just me. Anyway, guys, that's me. I'll still watch it.
Oh yeah,
because I'm a fan of it, but I will find other ways and other means.
I think I can be patient. We have lost patience as human beings because everything is now. I think if you just try to apply a bit of patience, you can wait a couple of weeks, a day, a month, whatever, and then it will just come
it doesn't matter. It'll come up. You know what I mean? It's that Ryan Reynolds just put up a post because people have been leaking
fucking Deadpool 3,
like, properly.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I've started following accounts now because all they do is just spoil the shit. Yeah. I unfollow accounts because they're just spoiling everything. And like, yes, I can see the excitement in it, but it's like, oh, come on, man. And Ryan Reynolds was like, listen, it's not first world problems. There's other issues, but like, I love making movies. Let's not ruin it for other people. Let's just wait till it gets to a point where we can promote it and enjoy it. But it seems like it's getting spoiled everywhere, bro.
It's pissing me off because they done the same shit with Doctor Strange, and it just fucked up my expectations in that movie for me. But this movie hasn't even finished making. People are spoiling shit from when they're filming the movie. Like they're spoiling shit from that. I'm like, fucking hell. Like I don't want to see it, and I'm just like, why? Why are you saying, oh, they recorded this scene with so and so in it? It's like, fuck, man. Like, I don't know. That's really annoying. I find that very annoying. Yes, I'm very excited about what they're gonna do. Please stop killing my moistness. And the thing is, I'm not even followed, but I unfollowed bare Marvel shit. And I'm trying to not click on it because I don't want the shit to fall into my algorithm, right? And it's still just popping up out of everywhere. So listen, man, I agree with that. But sticking on the Marvel news, the second series of Hawkeye is in initial development at Marvel Studios. So, you know, we're gonna hopefully we still see more of Hawkeye. Ryan, what's his name again?
Jeremy
Reynolds. Obviously, he had that horrific accident and he's getting back on track. So good to see him getting back on track, and I hope he gets full mobility of his body and whatnot. And it'd be great to see him come back and whatnot. I'm sure he's going to be old in this and everything, but it's going to be more focused on Kate Bishop. But bro, I like Jeremy Reynolds' Hawkeye. I'm actually like, I would like to see more of him, put it that way. And remember, he was expressing a lot of the mental health and trauma he was going through with what happened with Natasha Romanoff and whatnot, and how she died. So, you know, it'd be great to see how he's moved on with his family and stuff. And I still want to see more of the original Avengers. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, here's another rumor possibly, but Norman Reedus, the guy from Walking Dead, is set to portray Ghost Rider in Mahershala Ali's Blade in 2000. It's coming out in 2025. So you know, this movie's been on hold and losing directors and writers and all this sort of stuff. You know, if they put Ghost Rider in there, it would be absolutely amazing. Don't get me wrong, but you know, give us Blade first, right? Why don't you know, let's focus on Blade.
You don't need to pack up the movie. Yeah, just give us Blade.
Yeah,
don't need to pack it up and shit. I'm happy with just the one character, and I think that's what they need to start focusing on. Just give me the one character movies, man. I'm good with that.
Make us love the character.
Yeah, like, make us fall in love with the character. We don't need no extras. And you know, Kevin Feige or anybody from like Marvel, anybody who listens to the podcast, Disney, come on, bro. Just we don't need it. We do not need it.
If they do it right, if they do it right. Black Panther, when he showed up in Civil War, you're like, holy shit, because they done that right, and then they gave us this movie. So if they do it right, cool. But if you don't do it right, then you lose.
Definitely.
So I'm all up for it, but just do it right.
All right, let's go.
Amazon's Spider-Man Noir series just got the Punisher writer and showrunner Stephen Lightfoot. So
okay,
I don't know how dark. I mean, you know, just I love what he done with Punisher. Obviously, it's going to be different stories and whatnot, but this is not going to be, Peter Parker is not going to be the main character. This is going to be a whole separate thing, universe, but I'm looking forward to that, so that should be cool. Cool, that's it for the Marvel news. On to the next segment, DCU. Only thing I've got here is Blue Beetle might have performed poorly at the box office, but it's making a killing at the streaming platforms. And according to Whip Media streaming charts, the DC flick landed the number one spot on streaming movies among US consumers. It was released on Max last week and has been doing great since then. A win for the film. I think that relates back to what you were saying earlier. Like, people are just waiting for streaming platforms. Why am I going to go cinema if I can just watch it a month or 2 or 3 months later, comfort of my home? So I think this might relate to that. Like, if it's doing so well on streaming platforms and so bad in the box office, you know, maybe that's the answer. Like, maybe
they need to start thinking they need to go back to the 80s, bro, when it took 10 years to come out on DVD or VHS. You know what I mean? You know, we'd wait 5 years to, like, what was it? It was literally like the way it worked. It was like a year or 2 before it came onto VHS, and then 5 years or 3 to 5 years to come on cable or TV. You know what I mean? Like, there needs to be like breathing space, because
it came on like movie channel, and then 10 years later it came on ITV and shit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it gives it time to breathe, bro, and it becomes a classic in the process, and that's what needs to happen, bro. But then I think because of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the numbers have grown dramatically big in the cinema universe. That you think you could continue that, but then you're losing people because of quality, man. I mean, we heard about the Marvels, man, one of the lowest in the MCU.
Lowest in comic book history, like ever.
Yes. Which is a shame, bro.
But we're in a society now, everything is now, bro. Everything. Not just movies, everything. I want my Wi-Fi now. I want my things to load up now. I want my food, my Deliveroo now. Whatever it is, everything's now. Amazon, you click a button, your shit comes in 20 minutes. Like, we're in a society where everything is now. I don't think you could build patience in people no more. Like, you can't build patience. You can't take that away anymore. Like, because everything's so now, it's been built into us. I've got access to anything I want right here, from information to whatever. You can't take that away. That's it. Patience is gone. You know when they say patience is a virtue, that philosophy phrase. Not anymore, man. There is no such thing as patience. That's gone now.
No, that's right. So, that's right.
Anyway, but
all right, cool.
Moving on to the next segment. Other movie news. Set in World War II, the Navajo Code Talker, basically Predator, bro. The next Predator, they're looking to set it up in World War II era.
All right, cool.
So listen, the one that they brought out, Prey, absolutely amazing. Best Predator movie since the original. You know, I think that worked. I think that works. I think they might be looking to get a descendant from the character from Prey to be in the World War II era and whatnot. That's what they're thinking. So should be cool.
All right, cool.
On the World War II subject, Steven Spielberg's classic World War II movie, Saving Private Ryan, is back in cinema for a limited time.
Back in cinema, yes, that's right. Yeah.
You posted that Die Hard is back in cinema for a little bit during the Christmas period. It is a Christmas movie, guys, so accept that shit. Nearly 50 years later, After Rocky Balboa sprinted up the steps of Philadelphia Museum of Art, he returned last Sunday to celebrate a new Philly holiday after his name, Rocky Day. How amazing is that? How amazing.
Yeah.
That's a legacy and a half. But that character, to be real, is so relatable. It is to this day, and it's such a great movie, but it's such a great character, and I think that's why I mean, a holiday is crazy, but the recognition it gets is well deserved.
No, definitely, man. Well deserved.
Godzilla -1, and I'm trying to get hold of this. This is the one that the Japanese studios released.
It's been getting some great reviews, bro. I'm looking forward to that. I do want to watch it. I know a couple of the guys that went to the screening yesterday said, Kibs, you love this, so I do want to see that. It'd be good, definitely.
Bro, apparently, great reviews. It's smashing it in the box office. They just done it right. I don't know what they've done right, but I want to see it. I'm very, very much the same. If it comes out in cinema here, I'll go watch it. So if you get a chance to watch it, check it out. Okay, next segment. Video games. Real quick, I finally completed God of War Ragnarok. That game is amazing, and Kratos is, I don't care, goes down as the greatest video game character of all time. He's the GOAT when it comes to video game characters. What he's evolved from the original God of Wars to this one, absolutely amazing. Check out the video. The Brothers Geekout gaming channel. Clips are up there. His fight with Thor, Odin, bro, the Ragnarok war, amazing, bro. And the way he was trying to avoid the war. These characters changed so much. The way that, listen, spoilers alert if you haven't played it, but people most probably have. The way he made peace with Thor, or just avoid killing him. In previous God of War games, when he's fighting Zeus and whatnot and killing them, it is brutal the way he kills them. But in this one, when he was fighting Thor and whatnot, rather than killing them, he's changed as a human. It's like, we need to do, he says a beautiful line, that we need to be better for her children. I was like, oh, this guy, I love this fucking guy. So God of War, amazing game, fucking amazing. The other thing that came out in the video game world was GTA 6. Finally, Rockstar released a trailer. It's one of the most anticipated games, one of the best games, a very evolutionary game that involved video game violence and shit and criminal stuff and whatnot from the original ones to this one. It looks crazy with the new graphics and everything. I think they're looking to go back to Vice City. That's what it looks like. But I'm hearing some crazy things that they're doing with this game. Like you can actually age in the game and stuff like that. So coming out in 2025, so such a long time away. But GTA 6, they released a thing. I'll try and do a trailer reaction if I can. Cool. All right, we're finishing off with retro movie review. So what do you want to do, bro? I had my cousin Vinny on.
Let's do our cousin Vinny.
All right, cool. And we could talk about Last Samurai. You know, there's other movies, Tango and Cash and whatnot, that's on the list. But let's do my cousin Vinny, because I watched that the other day. 1992, Joe Pesci, an absolute classic. And what I loved about it, and it felt so like weird probably back then. He was this Italian dude from Brooklyn coming into the South, and it almost looked like he was almost like a foreigner in regards to the way he talked, the way he acts, the way he dressed, his persona, everything about it. He was like a foreigner, but he's in America. He's in America still. But just, you know, it was just Joe Pesci, because at that time he was making Casino and Goodfellas and whatnot, and he was that violent guy in those movies, and you're like, this guy's scary. But then here he comes as a lawyer, but in a sort of comedy movie, and it was just absolutely jokes, absolutely like hilarious in that movie. And it's just the way he acted was like, he did look like he was one of the characters out of Goodfellas, but with a bit of humor behind him and being a lawyer in some way. So it's got Ralph, quite a kid guy in it.
Ralph Macchiano.
It's got Aunt May in it. I don't know the names. What's her name?
Maria. It's gone off my head now. But listen, great cast, great movie.
She's a dime piece in that one, boy. I ain't lying, bro. She's fine in that. She's fine now, anyway, but I'm saying it back then, boy, she was fine. Great movie, man.
Now, listen, bro, a great comedic timing in that film. Even the judge cracked me up. He's like, would you like wear a suit when you come here?
Yeah.
Like he was looking at joke, bro. And then with the suit he wore after was jokes, bro. That is a timeless classic, a great comedy. and it's put together so well. But if it wasn't for the cast, bro, you know, when Vinny tells Ralph, like, you know, what's gonna happen and how it's gonna happen, and you can see it in Ralph's face, you're like, oh man, I don't even know why we got this guy. And you know, the other friend, he was like, why you got this guy for? He's loose, man. This guy's not gonna win this case. But you know, you see intelligence come to a person very quickly in that movie, and Joe Pesci does that really well, because you know, he only clocks towards the end, then he gets his other half up on the stage. Sorry, the witness stand to talk about the tires and stuff and cars. Like, it's really interesting that they dove that deep and that he clocked on that on the last bit. But during the whole movie, you know, at first you're like, this guy ain't gonna win this case. He's gonna lose, man. He keeps losing. And he got sent to prison twice, didn't he?
I think it was 3 times. I mean, that's what I was going to bring up. It was so hilarious that he started off with his opening statement saying, whatever he said is bullshit. And then he gets arrested, like they put him in contempt and whatnot. And then by what cracked me up as well is the sleeping. When he was in it was a train at one point, so he couldn't sleep. Then he went to another hotel, it was the pigs and all this sort of stuff. Then after he was just like, leave me in prison. I think I'm going to get a good night's sleep there. And there's a riot going on in prison and he's sleeping. Absolutely nicely and whatnot. But yeah, his comedic timing was joke. His suits were joke, the leather jacket and whatnot. And then remember when his suit gets messed up with mud and everything. So out of respect for the judge, my guy wears a burgundy red tuxedo. And he was like, it was either the leather jacket that you don't like or this. And then he got arrested for it again. They put him in contempt again for wearing that suit. I was like, this guy is hilarious. But what I loved about it was he did take it serious at the end.
Yeah.
And he did try to, like, he was still knowledgeable about what he was trying to do. He just wasn't the best at his job. He wasn't the best at the academic side of things, right? This is what I love about this movie. So the academics, passing your bar test or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And the exams and all that stuff. He wasn't good at that. But in regards to looking at the facts, in regards to arguing a case, in regards to calling out people's bullshit as a general person, he was great at that. And that's what exactly he did. He literally called out everyone's bullshit, all the other witnesses who were saying that, you know, the guys did it and whatnot. So that was great about it. And I think that was kind of like a little thing to say. You don't have to be, obviously you should be, but you don't have to be academically smart at something. Like, keep trying. Like, he showed that he just kept trying. I failed it 6 times, I got in. But what made him great in that movie, and what possibly would make him a great lawyer in the future if that universe carried on, is his ability to call out people's bullshit. I mean, he wasn't an absolute, he didn't know processes and shit, and he kept to talk to his wife about it. It's a process. He didn't know the process and shit, but he was great because he had that ability as a human being and whatnot. And that's what I found amazing about it. And he did take it serious. And his wife was very supportive, who would read the books to her and whatnot. Because what made me laugh as well is that she was reading the book that he was given, this massive ass book. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go speak to the other lawyer. You know, kind of, you know, we're going to go hunting. I'm going to sweet talk him and tell him to give me the evidence and whatnot. And then he comes back like as a bad man with all the evidence. Like, yeah, I sweet talked to him. I got the evidence. And she's like, yeah, it's written in the book. He's supposed to provide you with evidence. He just looked like such a Dumbo, but it's amazing. His character's great in it. Joe Pesci is just an absolute legend. Thinking about him, Moonwalker's another one that we should talk about in the future. But
definitely. Listen, Joe Pesci is, you know, one of those actors that are going to be always up there for his serious stuff. But his comedy, he's done so many undercover comedies. I mean, Home Alone, that's pure best, and that's physical comedy that he did in that, and a lot of screaming and shouting. You know, he didn't have many lines in that film, but get bus up, and he did so well in it, bro. You know what I mean? So kudos to him. Great movie. My Cousin Vinny, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. We did give you some spoilers in there, but it's one to watch. I've noticed now, like, even like I'm watching Harry Potter now, and you know, I did the Harry Potter event and there's spoilers and I know what's going on, but they, like, you know, it didn't really spoil much. I'm still enjoying it. So like, we only give you like not even key details, just the fun parts of it and why we enjoyed it. But it's one of those movies from the 90s that you gotta watch, man. And it's like part of his classic catalog of movies. So definitely check it out.
And it's got a rewatchability, like you said. Like I didn't struggle
100
to
times.
watch the whole movie, and
100
I was
times.
actually laughing, and the missus was enjoying it as well. I was like, well, this is what we keep talking about, rewatchability. Like it wasn't difficult to watch it. So yeah, check it out, guys. My Cousin Vinny, that's this week's retro movie review. On that
Awesome.
note, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you today, all the news and whatnot. Anything else, Kibler, to finish off with?
No, that's it, guys. Keep an eye on the channels. There's some great, crazy stuff happening. Make sure you're following us on our social media channels. Guys, there's like 70% of you that watch our videos but are not subscribed to the channel. So I'm going to call it out. We need some loving on here, man. We wanted to grow like even more, but we're happy with the growth. But we want to be able to share this with a lot more people. So please subscribe to the channel, share, comment, dislike, whatever, please. Just like, you know, I really want it seeing going places. It already is going places, but I'd like to see it grow a little bit more. I'd like to build a community. So guys, make sure you check out our Twitter page, X page, formerly known as Twitter. There's a massive giveaway on there that I'm putting up on Friday. There's already a giveaway on there that 150 people have joined. You know what I mean? We're coming up to like 13K, but I want to build a community here on YouTube, guys. Like I want you guys, the listeners, to get involved, man. Jump in the comments. Tell me some controversial shit, or tell, you know, you want us to talk about something, you know, you guys do it on Spotify. I want it here because I want people, I know people don't get the time to watch videos. There's a couple of you that do, but yeah, listen, man, I'm reaching out there, but always thankful. Click on the links in the description, donate to Gaza as well. Click on our social media pages, follow our journey. We've got so much good things coming in the next week or two. And then we will shut down for the holidays and then back again in the new year. But yeah.
Man, what we mean shut down? I'm in London, man. We gotta do this shit live together, man.
Shut down, bros. I'm shut down, bro. I ain't doing nothing.
Well, I'm gonna
I'm
do
having my week
solo.
off.
All right.
Do a solo one, bro. I'm having a week off. But yeah, as always, guys, thank you for the support on the channel this year. This year, you guys absolutely smashed it. I think socials as well, the interaction on socials, the messages we got so many. And thank you to the people that came to the MCM Comic Con in Birmingham, who are listeners of the podcast. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for the love. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us on our journey. I'm glad we could inspire you to start your own journeys. That's the main thing. Cool. All right, bro.
On that note, we out, guys. Peace.
Peace.